15 biggest Hollywood scandals that history forgot. The dark side of Hollywood they try to hide. Believe it or not, Hollywood's golden age was full of scandal. Behind the polished smiles and shimmering gowns, shocking secrets unfolded that would make today's headlines seem tame. From studio cover-ups to jaw-dropping affairs and even whispers of murder, the stars of the 1920s to 1960s lived in a world where fame came at a sinister price. Curious to uncover the most scandalous stories Hollywood tried to bury? Keep watching. You won't believe what went on behind the scenes. Joan Crawford's adult movie. Joan Crawford's early career was marked by a scandal that MGM Studios worked feverishly to bury. The rumor? Crawford had allegedly starred in a risque short film titled Velvet Lips. When Crawford signed with MGM, the studio feared this film could tarnish her rising stardom and reputation. To erase any trace of it, Eddie Mannix, MGM's notorious fixer, allegedly enlisted mobsters to track down and eliminate the film. One account claims Mannix offered $100,000 to obtain and destroy the film. Another version suggests he negotiated with extortionists, offering just $25,000 while threatening them with mob retaliation if they declined. The movie never saw the light of day, leaving this tale as one of old Hollywood's most chilling behind-the-scenes cover-up. If true, it's a stark reminder of the industry's obsession with control over both its stars and their narratives. Peg Entwistle's tragic end. Peg Entwistle's death remains one of Hollywood's most heartbreaking and eerie stories. A talented actress who had been part of New York's theater scene, Peg found herself adrift in Hollywood during the Great Depression. Despite a promising Broadway career and a brief film debut, her life spiraled into despair. After facing personal setbacks, including a failed marriage and a career that seemed to be stalling, she learned her contract with RKO was not renewed. This marked a devastating blow to her dreams. On September 16, 1932, Peg passed away. Her haunting suicide note, which read, "I am afraid, I am a coward. I am sorry for everything. If I had done this a long time ago, it would have saved a lot of pain," was found with her body. Ironically, just days later, a letter arrived offering her a new role. A cruel twist in a life already filled with heartache. Cooley murder. Once a beloved country music star with a hit show, Spade Cooley's erratic behavior spiraled as his fame grew. In 1961, Cooley became consumed by paranoia, believing his second wife, Ella May, was having an affair, despite his own infidelities. After a brutal night of abuse in April 1961, Cooley savagely beat Ella May for hours in front of their daughter. He tortured her to the point of death. His daughter's testimony in court played a critical role in his conviction. Despite his conviction, Cooley's fame gave him some unusual privileges, like dining with guards during his time behind bars. Even more bizarrely, Cooley was not immediately imprisoned for his crime. His celebrity friends, including those in Hollywood, lobbied then-Governor Ronald Reagan to pardon him, but before the pardon could be granted, Cooley died of a heart attack in 1969 at the age of 59. His story remains infamous, not just for his violent crime, but also for the public spectacle surrounding his trial, which revealed a darker side of Hollywood fame. Walt Disney's Nazi friends. In 1938, Walt Disney made a highly controversial decision by hosting Nazi filmmaker Leni Riefenstahl, a prominent figure in Adolf Hitler's propaganda machine, just after the infamous Kristallnacht, when Nazi anti-Semitic violence was at its peak. Riefenstahl visited the U.S. to promote her Olympic documentary, Olympia. Despite growing anti-German sentiment, Disney was the only Hollywood executive to meet with her. The two discussed potential collaborations, including the distribution of Disney films in Nazi Germany. Disney, who admired Riefenstahl's cinematographic innovation in films like Triumph of the Will, even gave her a personal tour of his studio, though he kept his workers hidden to avoid any backlash. This visit raised eyebrows, especially considering the politically charged atmosphere of the time, and fueled ongoing debates about Disney's own political leanings and associations. Female stars pressured into abortions. During the golden age of Hollywood, studios had incredible control over the lives of their stars, often making decisions for them in order to protect their public images. For many actresses, this meant having abortions against their own wishes. Pregnancies that didn't fit the carefully constructed image of innocence and glamour were swiftly and quietly terminated by the studios. If an actress became pregnant, whether from an affair or a personal relationship, it was usually arranged with the studio, who covered up these procedures with false stories about hospital stays or medical treatments. Stars like Judy Garland, Joan Crawford, and Jean Harlow were among those who faced these pressures. Studios like MGM would secretly arrange for abortions under fake names, ensuring that both the actress and the studio could maintain a pristine public image. This practice was part of a broader morality clause culture in Hollywood, where the studios controlled every aspect of their stars' lives to preserve their marketability. For many actresses, these experiences were a harrowing part of the cost of fame. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. The mysterious death of Paul Bern. The eerie death of Paul Bern, Jean Harlow's second husband, remains one of Hollywood's most perplexing tragedies. Found dead in their Beverly Hills home in 1932, Bern's death was ruled a suicide, but the circumstances surrounding it were anything but straightforward. His final note, which cryptically read, "You understand that last night was only a comedy." Before he married Harlow, Bern had a past with Dorothy Millette, a woman who had spent years in a coma, only to awaken after Bern had built a new life with Harlow. As the couple's marriage crumbled, Millette discovered that Bern had changed his will, leaving everything to Harlow. Just days after Bern's death, Millette's body was found in a river. Some believe that Millette killed Bern in a fit of betrayal, while another proposes that Harlow may have been involved, motivated by personal and financial reasons. The real twist? MGM executives were reportedly on the scene before the police, prompting speculation that the studio may have covered up the details to protect Harlow's image. The strange note, the timing, and the mysterious events surrounding Millette's death still make this case a chilling chapter in Hollywood's darker history. Judy Garland's enforced diet. Judy Garland's rise to fame was marred by the harsh demands of Hollywood. Starting at just 14, she was subjected to constant criticism about her weight, with some even calling her a fat little pig with pigtails. To meet the pressure to stay thin, MGM put her on a strict and dangerous diet, mainly coffee, cigarettes, and diet pills that kept her awake and slim. After work, she would be given sleeping pills to rest, only to start the cycle all over again the next day. This unhealthy routine was more than just about looking good. It was how she survived the intense demands of her career. As she got older, Garland admitted that she couldn't perform without the pills, and this addiction would take a toll on her health, contributing to her early death at 47. The mafia killing. Lana Turner's love life took a dangerous turn when she became involved with mobster Johnny Stompanato. The end of their relationship shocked Hollywood. On April 4th, 1958, Stompanato was found dead in Turner's home. The perpetrator was her 14-year-old daughter, Cheryl Crane. Cheryl claimed she acted in self-defense, fearing for her mother's life during an abusive argument. The case was ruled a justifiable homicide, but rumors quickly swirled that Turner herself had killed Stompanato and pressured her daughter into taking the blame. New revelations paint a darker picture of the events leading up to Stompanato's death. Stompanato, in collaboration with notorious mobster Mickey Cohen, had allegedly attempted to blackmail Turner by secretly filming compromising situations. As the relationship with Stompanato turned abusive, he reportedly threatened the lives of Turner and her family. In the heat of the moment, Cheryl grabbed a knife to protect her mother, and in the chaos, Stompanato was fatally wounded. However, some believe Turner may have been the one to wield the knife herself, with Cheryl taking the fall to protect her mother from a harsher sentence. Ingrid Bergman's affair. Ingrid Bergman's affair with Italian director Roberto Rossellini shocked the world in the late 1940s and nearly ruined her career. While filming Stromboli, 1949, Bergman and Rossellini began their affair, both of them already married to other people. Bergman's relationship with Rossellini led to her leaving her husband, neurosurgeon Petter Lindstrom, and the couple eventually married after Bergman became pregnant. This scandal destroyed Bergman's once gleaming Hollywood image, and politicians, including Senator Edwin C. Johnson, publicly condemned her actions, calling her a powerful influence for evil. Bergman's career in the United States came to a halt, and she was effectively exiled from Hollywood for nearly a decade. She moved to Italy and worked with Rossellini on films that were artistically bold but commercially unsuccessful. It wasn't until her return to America in 1957 that her career fully revived. Over time, Bergman earned the respect of critics again, winning 2 Oscars after the scandal had largely faded from public memory. The backlash against her affair was a huge personal and professional cost, but Bergman's later successes proved her resilience. The controversy, however, left a lasting mark on both her life and the film industry at the time. The diet pill culture. In Hollywood's toxic diet pill culture, Judy Garland wasn't the only star forced to endure extreme measures to maintain her image. Debbie Reynolds, also struggling with the punishing hours of studio life, recalls how MGM sent her to a doctor under the guise of receiving vitamin shots to combat her declining health. These injections, however, turned out to be amphetamines, meant to suppress her appetite and control her weight. Despite the pressure, Reynolds had the strength to refuse, saving herself from following in the footsteps of stars like Garland, who fell victim to the dangerous world of drugs and forced dieting. The studio system's harmful influence wasn't just about the starlet's career. It literally endangered their lives, all to meet impossible beauty standards. The death of Superman. George Reeves, the original Superman, was found dead in 1959 under suspicious circumstances. Officially, his death was ruled a suicide, but many questioned this conclusion. Reeves had been romantically involved with Toni Mannix, the wife of Eddie Mannix, a powerful MGM executive with alleged ties to organized crime. This connection fueled rumors that his death may not have been self-inflicted. Despite the official ruling, some believe that Reeves's death might have been the result of foul play linked to his personal entanglements and the dangerous world of Hollywood power players. The true circumstances of his death remain a topic of intrigue and mystery. To help us create more engaging content, please let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video interesting, just comment, "Okay." Thank you for your support. Marlene Dietrich and Greta Garbo. The relationship between Marlene Dietrich and Greta Garbo was far from the public rivalry it appeared to be. Both women, at the beginning of their careers in the 1920s, were involved in the film The Joyless Street in Berlin, but their bond soured due to a passionate yet tumultuous affair. Dietrich, more experienced and confident, allegedly humiliated Garbo by spreading a rumor about her, claiming Garbo wore dirty underclothes. This betrayal led to Garbo cutting ties with Dietrich, and the animosity lasted throughout their lives. Rumors suggest Dietrich later tried to make amends, but Garbo remained distant. Ted Healey's suspicious death. Ted Healey's death in 1937 is shrouded in mystery, with much of the story left untold. Healey, known for his role in creating the Three Stooges, was found brutally beaten outside the Trocadero nightclub in Los Angeles. While the official account claims he died of a heart attack, suspicions about foul play arose almost immediately. Healey had been involved in a violent altercation that night, allegedly with actor Wallace Beery, producer Cubby Broccoli, and mobster Pat DeChico. Some have suggested that Hollywood power players like MGM's Eddie Mannix may have been involved in covering up the true nature of his death to protect influential figures. Speculation grew over the years, as it was revealed that Beery, in particular, had a rocky relationship with Healey. The powerful MGM insiders, with their extensive ties to the mob, may have ensured the whole affair was kept under wraps. Charlie Chaplin's teen brides. Charlie Chaplin's controversial marriages have long been a subject of public intrigue. Though celebrated as one of cinema's greatest icons, Chaplin's personal life, particularly his choice of spouses, raised eyebrows. His first two wives were both just 16 years old when they married him. In fact, when Chaplin wed his second wife, Leda Gray, in 1924, he had to marry her in Mexico to bypass California's laws that prohibited such an age difference. Gray, who was 16, became pregnant, and their tumultuous marriage was marked by scandalous divorce papers that revealed Chaplin's troubling sexual demands, which led to a massive settlement. Chaplin's later marriages followed a similar pattern, though in his third marriage, he chose a 20-year-old wife. However, his final marriage in 1943 was to Una O'Neill, who was only 18 when they wed, and Chaplin was 54. Barbara Lamar's tragic lifestyle. Barbara Lamar, once dubbed the girl who is too beautiful, lived a life marked by both extraordinary fame and immense tragedy. She had a strikingly glamorous career as a silent film star, but her personal life was far less idyllic. After struggling with substance abuse for years, Lamar's health deteriorated rapidly, and she succumbed to nephritis and tuberculosis at the tender age of 29. Behind her dazzling beauty lay a soul tortured by pressures and excess, and it is said that the very allure that made her a screen sensation also led her to destructive habits that would ultimately shorten her life. Her tragic end was a direct result of the toxic Hollywood environment of the time, where the price of fame often led stars like Lamar to burn out quickly. Her death serves as a stark reminder of the industry's unforgiving nature, especially for young women who found themselves caught between their public personas and personal struggles. Let us know with a 1. If you're here for the full ride, we appreciate you sticking around. If these wild Hollywood stories caught your attention, leave a comment below telling us which story you found the most jaw-dropping. Don't forget to give us a like and hit that subscribe button for more shocking revelations. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more surprising tales from the world of fame and scandal.